The front housing assembly both houses your impact wrench's gearbox and supports the anvil. The assembly includes the cast housing, the anvil bushing, and the bushing's O-ring seals. It comes pre-assembled. Over time, the anvil bushing will wear, allowing play in the anvil and an oil leak. If the tool is dropped, the housing can be cracked or broken. Replacing the front housing assembly is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing one half of the housing. I'll cut the label at the rear of the housing, and then I can separate the two halves. Now remove the two screws that secure the front housing to the plastic housing. With the screws removed, I can lift the motor and gearbox assembly away from the lower housing. Now I'll pull the brush springs away from the brushes. And with the tension off of the brushes, now I can separate the motor away from the brush ring. With the motor and gearbox assembly removed, I can separate the armature from the gearbox. Now I'll remove the impact and anvil assembly from the housing. Now I can install the new front housing assembly. I'll place the housing over the impact assembly, aligning it with the anvil. At the base, these tabs fit into the notches on the housing. Now I can reinstall the motor assembly to the gearbox. Now I can reinstall the motor and gearbox assembly back into the housing. I'll slide the commutator through the brush card, and then place the brush springs back over the brushes. Now I'll align each of the components with the housing. The notches on the field need to align with tabs on the housings. You should have one notch pointing straight up. Also, I'll be sure to align the brush card. And then I'll tuck the brush card wires the rest of the way into the housing. And now I'll reinstall the housing. Now reinstall the screws that secure the gearbox to the motor housing. And now you can replace the front housing assembly in your impact driver. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up
And leave a comment.